Hi students, if you are first time watching my video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification whenever I upload new video on the maths concepts. Also, after watching this video, if the concept is clear to you, don't forget to give a like and share the video with your friends. Now let us start the concept of this video. Now in this video, let us study how to get the transformation formulae of trigonometric functions. In previous video on trigonometric concept, we learned that sine of a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus sine b cos a. Is it not? Also, we have studied that sine of a minus b is equal to sine a cos b minus sine b cos a. These are the two formulas which we studied in previous videos. Is it not? Now using these formulas, let us get the transformation formula. If you add these two, then let us see what result we will get. If we add this sine of a plus b, that is, if we add means this becomes sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b is equal to, these two gets cancelled, is it not? This is plus sine b cos a and here it is minus sine b cos a. So these two get cancelled. Finally, we will get 2 sine a cos b. This is the result we got when we add sine of a plus b and sine of a minus b. We got the result as 2 sine a cos b. Okay. Now let us see by subtracting these two what result we will get. Now if you subtract sine of a plus b and sine of a minus b, when you subtract we have to change the sign, is it not? So let us change the sign first. This becomes minus and this becomes minus, and here it is minus, here it is minus, so it becomes plus. So if we subtract, that is, if we subtract sine of a plus b minus sine of a minus b, these two get cancelled, is it not? One is plus and the other is minus. So these two will get cancelled and we will get 2 sine b cos a. Okay. So when you add, we will get 2 sine a cos b equal to, when we add the two sine functions, that is sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b, we will get 2 sine b cos a. When we subtract sine of two sines, that is sine of a plus b minus sine of a minus b. So these are the one set of transformation formulae. Here from these formulae it is clear that when you see in a trigonometric, when you see a problem based on trigonometric function such that there is a term such that sine, there is a product of sine and cos, then those can be expressed as, those can be transformed as sum of two sines. If you see product of two sine and cos, they can also be expressed as difference of two sines. Okay. So this transformation formula shows that whenever you see in a problem based on trigonometric functions such that there is a terms, when you are seeing a term of product of sine and a cos, they can be expressed as a sum of two sine functions or difference of two sine functions. That is what this transformation formula says. And vice versa. You can also that is when you can also express sum of two sine functions or difference of two sines as the product of sine and cos into 2. Okay, 2 into product of sine and cos. Now let us, this is one set of formula. Now let us see the next set of formulae. Also we learned that cos of a plus b equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos of a minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Now if you add these two, that is cos of a plus b, if you add these two equations, then cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b equal to, if you observe, this is minus and this is plus, so these two will be cancelled. So we will get 2 cos a cos b. Okay, this is the result we got by adding cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b. Now let us see what result we will get by subtracting these two, that is cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b. Subtraction means we have to change the sign, is it not? So this becomes minus and this becomes minus and this sign becomes minus. As it is plus, this becomes minus. So if we do cos of a plus b minus cos of a minus b, then this is plus and this is minus, is it not? So these two will get cancelled. So we will get minus, this is minus, is it not? Minus 2 sin a sin b. Now multiply both sides with minus. That is here minus, if you take minus common here, then this becomes cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b is equal to 2 sin a sin b. Now, so by adding cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b, we got 2 into cos a and cos b. By subtracting, we got another result. So we got cos of a plus, that is we got 2 cos a cos b is equal to cos of a plus b plus cos of a minus b. This is the result we got before, is it not? By adding cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b. Now we got 2 sin a sin b is equal to cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. So these two equations, these two formulas we got by adding and subtracting cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b. From these two formulae, it is clear that when you see product of two cos or two sines, they can be expressed as the sum of cosines or difference of cosines. Okay, this is nothing but the another set of transformation formula. If you see a product of sine and cos, they can be expressed as the product, sum of two sine functions or sum of difference of two sine functions. If you see in a trigonometric equation, product of two cos or two sines, they can be expressed as the sum of cosines or difference of cosines. Okay, these are the sets of transformation, these are the transformation formulae. Now let us see how these transformation will be changed if we take a plus b to a single angle, a minus b to a single angle. Okay, these are the transformation formulae till now we got, is it not? Now if you take a plus b equal to C, only one angle. Similarly, A minus D is A minus B is equal to D. Then let us see how these formulae will be changed. Okay, here A plus B is C, A minus B we have taken as D. Here only either angle A is there, either angle B is there. So we need the value of B and the value of A. So if you add these two, then this becomes 2A. The B cancels, is it not? So 2A is equal to C plus D. So A is equal to C plus D by 2. So A value is C plus D by 2. Now similarly, if you subtract, A cancels, is it not? So you will get 2B is equal to C minus D. If you subtract this and this, then B is equal to C minus D by 2. So using these values, let us write this transformation formulae. So this becomes 2 into sine of A is nothing but C plus D by 2, is it not? So C plus D by 2 cos of C minus D by 2 is equal to sine C plus sine D. Similarly, 2 sine B is nothing but C minus D, is it not? C minus D by 2 cos of A plus B by 2, sorry, C plus D by 2 is equal to sine C plus sine D. Okay, now 2 cos of C plus D by 2 cos of C minus D by 2 equal to cos C plus cos D. Okay, the last formula will be, this will be 2 sine C plus D by 2 sine C minus D by 2 is equal to cos D minus cos C. Okay, so we can take the sum of two angles to a single angle, and those can be expressed as the product of sine and cosine. Okay, for sine functions, sum of sine functions and subtraction of difference of sine functions. Here sum of two angles, sine of two angles and a difference of sine of two angles is expressed as a product of product of sine and cosine function. Similarly, the sum of two cos functions or sum of difference of two cos functions can be expressed as a product of two cos or product of two sines. Okay, if it is plus, you will get product of two cos. If it is minus, if you do difference of two cos functions, then you will get product of two sine functions. Okay, either you can use this LHS, you can use either LHS and transfer those values to the RHS, or either RHS values, if you see an equation and if it is needed to transform them to product of sine and cos or product of two cosines or product of two sines, you can also do it that also. Okay, so whenever you see in a trigonometric function and if you have to solve, just use this concept, make it simple, get the value. Okay, now using this concept, let us solve few problems. Suppose the problem is given as sine 3 pi by 5 plus sine 4 pi by 5 plus sine 6 pi by 5 plus sine 7 pi by 5. Okay, if the problem is given as this type, that is the angle for sine function is different for each term. Here 3 pi by 5, here 4 pi by 5, 6 pi by 5 and 7 pi by 5. The angles are different, is it not? Now, first of all, we have to check how many terms are there. Here 4 terms are there. Among the numerator, here 6 and 7 are the greatest number, is it not? Now, we have to check such that this angle can be transformed as a sum of two angles or subtraction difference of two angles. Okay, because here 3 pi is there, here 6 pi is there. So 6 pi can be splitted such that we can get either 3 pi by 5 or 4 pi by 5, is it not? So let us check how we can split this angle. Here 6 pi by 5 is there. So we have to split such that this angle can be expressed as any of these angles, as a difference of an angle with either this angle, some or difference of any of these angles. So if you observe here 3 pi is there. So we cannot get such that the angle will be 6 pi by 5, is it not? Among the quadrants, the angles are pi by 2, pi, 2 pi, and usually it is 0, is it not? Among these three angles, we have to use these three angles such that we can express the 6 pi by 5 can be splitted as a sum of two angles or difference of two angles. If we take pi plus pi by 5, we can get 6 pi by 5, but here there is no the result such that there is pi by 5. Understood? If you write this as pi plus pi by 5, we will get 6 pi by 5. Okay, but there is no, then if we have substitute here, then there is no chance such that we can get sine of any of these angles, either 3 pi by 5 or 4 pi by 5, is it not? So we have to try with 2 pi. So if we take 2 pi, 5 2s, it is 10. So 10 minus how much? If you do, you will get 6 pi by 5. 10 minus 4, is it not? So 2 pi minus 4 pi by 5. So 4 pi by 5 is one of the angle in this equation, is it not? This one. So we got 4 pi by 5. So I express 6 pi by 5 such that it is difference of 2 pi and 4 pi by 5. Okay. Similarly, we have to split this, transform this 7 pi by 5. So 7 pi by 5 can be written as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5, is it not? 5 2s, it is 10. 10 minus 3 we will get 7. So it can be we have splitted this 7 pi by 5 as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. Now just substitute here. So this becomes sine, this is sine 3 pi by 5, we didn't change it. And here it is sine 4 pi by 5, which we didn't change it. Next, this angle we have transformed, is it not? As the 2 pi minus 4 pi by 5 plus this angle we can change it as sine of 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. Is it not? I have changed this sine 7 pi by 5 as, I have written this, transformed this 7 pi by 5 as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. So this becomes sine of 3 pi by 5 plus sine of 4 pi by 5 plus 2 pi minus angle means it will be in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive, remaining all are negative, is it not? So this will be negative, sine will be negative. So minus sine of 4 pi by 5, this becomes minus, this is also in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, sine will be negative. So minus sine of 3 pi by 5. So all get cancels. Finally, you will get answer as 0. This is the final answer. Okay, in this way you have to solve this type of problems. Just try to split the given angle such that it is somewhat similar to the remaining angle. Then it becomes easy for you to solve. Here I have transformed this angle 6 pi by 5 and 7 pi by 5 such that I will get either any of these two angles. Is it not? I have split it such that 2 pi minus 4 pi by 5 for 6 pi, and for 7 pi by 5 I have written transformed to that angle as 2 pi minus 3 pi by 5. Okay. Now let us see next problem. Second problem. Sine of 120 degrees, cos of 150 degrees minus cos of 240 degrees, sine of 330 degrees. When you see problem of this type, that is when you see the product of sine and cosine cosine, it is not that you have to apply this transformation formula. because here we cannot apply the transformation formula because here the angles are different. Here 120, 150. Here it is 240. If it is 150, then we can apply, is it not? Here if it is 120, we can apply the transformation formula and get the result. But here the angles are different. So when you see the angles are different at product of cosine functions, then transform the angles first. Okay, that is, as the angles are different, we are not going to apply the transformation formula here. We are going to transform the angles as the sum of the angles or the difference of angles. Here 120 is there, is it not? So this can be this we can write it as sine of 90 plus 30, is it not? 90 plus 30 we will get 120 degrees. Similarly, cos can be written as, if you know the values, you can simply substitute and do it. If you doesn't know the value of cosine of 120 degrees, cos of 150 degrees, then you have to transform the angles as the sum of the angles or the difference of the angles. Okay, this 150 can be written as 180 minus 30 minus cos of 240. 240 means it is will be at it is less than 270, is it not? So 270 minus 30. Sine can be written as it is less than 360. So we can subtract it, 360 minus 30. So in this way I have transformed the angles. Next, this becomes sine 90 plus theta. It means it is second quadrant, is it not? So cos will be positive. So sine will be positive and sine changes to, as it is 90, sine changes to cos. So it is cos 30. And here 180 minus 30. 180 minus 30 means it will be in the second quadrant. Second quadrant means except sine and cosecant, remaining all will be negative, is it not? So cos will be negative. So as it is 180, cos will remain as cos only. So cos 30 and it is negative, is it not? So minus cos 30 minus, this can be written as cos of 270. Cos of 270 changes to sine 30 and 270 minus theta means it will be in the third quadrant. Third quadrant means tan and cot will be positive and remaining all will be negative. So this will be negative. So sine of 360 means sine will remain as sine only. So sine 30 and it will be 360 minus 30 means it will be in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos and secant will be positive, remaining all will be negative. So this will be minus sine 30. So this is nothing but minus cos square 30 minus into minus, it becomes plus, is it not? Minus sine square 30. If you take minus common, this becomes sine square 30 plus cos square 30. We know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1, is it not? So this becomes minus 1. This is the final answer. So whenever you see this type of problems, first we have to observe the angles, and if you see the same angles, then you can easily apply the transformation formula. If the angles are different, just transform the angles, okay, and you will and if you solve, you will get the final answer. Now let us see the next problem. Next problem, in triangle ABC, cos of b plus 2c plus 3a by 2 plus cos of a minus b by 2 equal to. So we have to get the value of this cos of b plus 2c plus 3a by 2 and cos of a minus b by 2. In this problem, they have mentioned in a triangle ABC. When they mentioned in a triangle ABC means we have to use the conditions, but we have to use one of the properties of the triangle. It is clear. So we need this value, is it not? So in properties of triangle, we know that sum of the angles will be 180 degrees. We have to use that property. That is a plus b plus c will be 180. Will be 180 degrees. Is it not? So this will be, so here b is there and here 3 is there. Let us get the value of, here cos of a minus b by 2 is there, is it not? So here we are able to see a and b, alphabets a and b. Here c is there, so we have to eliminate c such that we have to eliminate c and get the value such that this cos of the angle will be in terms of a and b. Okay, then only it will be easy for us to solve, is it not? So we have to eliminate c, means we have to get the value of c. So c will be c equal to 180 minus a minus b, is it not? So now we have to substitute c value here, that is b plus, numerator is b plus 2c plus 3a. Just substitute there. If you substitute, this becomes b plus 2 into 180 minus a minus b plus 3a. So this will be equal to b plus 270. 2 into 180 is nothing but 270 minus 2a minus 2b plus 3a. So this is equal to 270. Here 3a plus minus 2, plus 3 minus 2 will be plus a, and here it is minus 2 and here it is plus 1. So it will be minus a, minus b. Here minus 2b plus 1, so it will be minus b. Now we got b plus 2c plus 3a, that is numerator value as 270 plus a minus b. Now we have to substitute this here in this equation. So this becomes cos of, numerator we got it as 270 plus b plus 2c plus 3a value as 270 plus a minus b, is it not? So just substitute here 270 minus a minus b plus a minus b by 2, okay, plus cos of a minus b by 2. So this is equal to cos of this 270, just split it into two parts, that is 270 by 2 can be written as 180. This becomes 180, is it not? So 180 plus a minus b by 2 plus cos of a minus b by 2. So this is equal to cos 180 plus a minus b by 2 means it will be in the third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan and cot will be positive, remaining all will be negative. So cos will be, as it is 180, cos remains as cos only and it will be negative. So cos of a minus b by 2 plus cos of a minus b by 2. So both are same. So these two will get cancelled, will get the answer as 0. Okay. This is the final answer. So whenever they give a problem of this type, first use the condition which they have given for the angles. Here they have mentioned triangle ABC. So when they mention triangle ABC means we have to use the properties of any one of the properties of triangle. In case of angles, it is clear that for triangle a plus b plus c is equal to 180. So using this, I solved the whole problem and got the final answer. Okay. Now let us see the next problem. Next problem. If sine of alpha plus beta is equal to 1, sine of alpha minus beta is equal to 1 by 2, then tan of alpha plus beta into tan of 2 alpha plus beta is equal to. If this is the problem of this type is given, then when this type of problem is given, when you see sine of alpha plus beta and sine of alpha minus beta, or cos of alpha plus beta or cos of alpha minus beta, it is not that we have to apply the transformation formula here. Here we should not apply the transformation formula. Here we have to get the value of alpha and beta, and those values we have to substitute here and get the value of this. Okay, that is tan of alpha plus 2 beta or tan of 2 alpha plus beta. So whenever they give this type of problem, first we have to get the value of alpha and beta. So here they have given sine of alpha plus beta is equal to 1, is it not? So sine of alpha plus beta is equal to 1 means alpha plus beta is equal to, this angle is equal to, at which point you will get this 1. At which angle we will get the value sine of theta as 1. We will get the sine of theta value at pi by 2, is it not? So alpha plus beta will be pi by 2. The angle we have alpha plus this angle will be equal to the angle of this. That is, this 1 can be written as sine of pi by 2. Is it not? So alpha plus beta is equal to pi by 2. Okay. Now here sine of alpha minus beta is there. So sine of alpha minus beta is equal to 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 is nothing but we will get the value at sine of pi by 6. Is it not? So alpha minus beta is equal to pi by 6. Now by adding these two or subtracting these two, we have to get the value of alpha and beta. So first let us add these two, alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 6. So beta will be cancelled, we will get 2 alpha is equal to, this LCM is nothing but 6. So this is 3 pi plus 1 is nothing but 4 pi. So finally we will get alpha is equal to 4 pi by 6 into 2 is nothing but 2. So 2 ones and it is 3. So finally we will get alpha as pi by 3. Okay, this is the value of alpha. Now using this value we have to get the value of beta. Let us use the first equation, that is alpha plus beta is equal to pi by 2. This can be written as alpha is equal to pi by 2 minus beta. Is it not? So this is equal to pi by 2. We need beta value, not alpha value, is it not? So we have to get the beta value, means beta is equal to pi by 2 minus alpha. I brought this alpha to RHS, okay, minus alpha. So pi by 2 minus alpha value, we got it as pi by 3. So LCM will be 6 and here 3 minus 2 is nothing but pi. So beta value is pi by 6. So we've got alpha value as pi by 3 and beta value as pi by 6. Okay, we calculate the value of beta, is it not? So we got alpha as pi by 3 and beta is equal to pi by 6. Now we have to substitute here in alpha plus 2 beta. So let us calculate that. Alpha plus 2 beta is equal to, alpha value is pi by 3 plus 2 into beta is pi by 6, is it not? So 2 ones and it is 3. So pi by 3 plus pi by 3 is nothing but 2 pi by 3. So this value we got it as 2 pi by 3. Now let us calculate this one. 2 alpha plus beta. So 2 into alpha value is pi by 3. So pi by 3 plus here it is beta is pi by 6. So LCM will be 6. Is it not? Now here it will be 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 is nothing but 5. So 5 pi by 6. Okay. So first value we got it as 2 pi by 3 and second value we got it as 5 pi by 6. Now let us substitute in the given question, that is tan of alpha plus 2 beta tan of 2 alpha plus beta. So this is equal to tan of 2 pi by 3 alpha plus 2 beta, we got it as 2 pi by 3. That is what I substituted here. So this becomes 2 alpha plus beta, we got it as 5 pi by 6. So this becomes 5 pi by 6. So this can be written as tan of, if you know the value of 2 pi by 3, you can easily substitute. If not, you have to transform this angle. So this can be transformed as pi minus pi by 3. We will get 2 pi by 3, is it not? So tan of pi by 3, this can be transformed as pi minus pi by 6. So this is equal to, as it is 180 minus angle, it will be in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine and secant will be positive, remaining will be negative. So this will be minus, as it is 180, tan remains as tan pi by 3 into, it will be also in the second quadrant, and this will be negative, and the value will be tan of pi by 6. Tan pi by 3 is nothing but tan 60, is it not? Tan 60 is nothing but tan 60 is root 3. So into minus will be minus root 3 into minus tan of 30 will be 1 by root 3. So these two get cancels, and minus into minus will be 1. So final answer is 1. Okay. So when they give this type of problem, that is if sine of alpha plus beta is equal to 1, the sine or cos of alpha plus beta or alpha minus beta, and if they ask to get the value of any alpha plus any tan or cot or cosecant, any trigonometric function of sum of two angles or a addition of subtraction of two angles, simply first get the values of alpha and beta and substitute there, then you can easily get. Okay. If it is sine and cos, you can easily apply the transformation formula. If not, you can, if it is tan and cot, it is better to get the value of alpha and beta and substitute in those in the given question, and you will get the answer easily. Okay. Now let us go to next problem. Next problem, cos alpha sine of beta minus gamma plus cos beta sine of gamma minus alpha cos gamma sine of alpha minus beta. If you see this type of problem, simply apply the transformation formula. Mostly for this type of problem, the final answer will be 0. Okay. So this will be cos alpha, cos of beta minus gamma is nothing, sine of beta minus gamma is nothing but sine beta cos gamma minus sine gamma cos beta plus cos beta into sine gamma minus alpha will be sine gamma cos alpha minus sine alpha cos gamma plus cos gamma into sine alpha cos beta minus sine beta cos alpha. Simply multiply. So this becomes cos sine beta cos alpha cos gamma minus, plus into minus, it is minus, and next will be sine gamma cos alpha cos beta. This will be plus cos beta into this will be plus sine gamma cos alpha cos beta. Next, cos beta into this will be minus sine alpha cos gamma cos beta. This into this will be plus sine alpha cos beta cos gamma. Plus into minus will be minus. Next will be sine beta cos alpha cos gamma. Okay. The first one is sine beta cos alpha cos gamma. Let us see where it is. So sine beta means it is here. Sine beta cos alpha cos gamma. So these two will be get cancelled. Next here sine gamma is there. So here also sine gamma is there. Cos alpha cos beta. So these two get cancelled. Next sine alpha is there. Here sine alpha, cos gamma, cos beta. These two get cancelled. So final answer will be 0. So whenever they give this type of problem, simply apply the transformation formula, and mostly you will get result for this type of problem as 0 only. Okay. In this way you have to solve this type of problems. Now let us see next problem. Next problem. if 0 less than alpha, beta less than pi by 4, cos of alpha plus beta is equal to 4 by 5, sin of alpha minus beta is equal to 5 by 13, then tan 2 alpha is equal to. Okay, so whenever you see this type of problem, here if you observe here, they didn't mention the condition regarding any triangle. They have given that 0 less than alpha, beta less than pi by 4. It means that this alpha and beta lie in the first quadrant. That is 0 less than, between the angles between 0 and 90 will be in the first quadrant. Is it not? So this angle alpha and beta will be in the first quadrant. That is what they have mentioned in this condition. Okay. Now using this, we have to get the value of, as we have to calculate tan 2 alpha, we have to get the value of tan alpha plus beta, tan alpha minus beta. Okay, when you see this type of problem, it is not that you have to apply the transformation formula. Here we have to use the concept of quadrant and get the value of tan of alpha plus beta and tan of alpha minus beta and use those values to solve this problem. Okay, so here they have given cos of alpha plus beta is equal to 4 by 5. Is it not? So the triangle will be in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant means here. Here 4 means it is the adjacent side. So here it is 4. Here 5 is hypotenuse. So we need this side, because tan is nothing but, tan of alpha plus beta is nothing but opposite side, the opposite side by adjacent side. So we need this side. This side means we have to separate square of hypotenuse minus square of this. Is it not? So 5 square is nothing but 25 minus it is 16. Side square is equal to hypotenuse square minus side square, that is 16. This is equal to 9. So we got s square is equal to 9. So s is equal to 3. So here the value is 3. Now using this triangle, we can easily write tan alpha plus beta. Is it not? So tan alpha plus beta is nothing but 3 by 4. Okay. Next, they have given sin of alpha minus beta. Sin of alpha minus beta equal to 5 by 13. Here also we have to calculate similarly tan of alpha minus beta using the triangle. Okay. Tan of alpha minus beta will be, so using this value, the triangle will be like this. Here 5 is nothing but the opposite side and 13 is nothing but the hypotenuse. Is it not? So we need the adjacent side. So side square is equal to hypotenuse square. 13 square is nothing but 169. 169 minus 5 square is nothing but 25. So this is equal to 144. If you want the find the square of double digit, I have already done a short trick how to find the square of a digit, which is in the playlist tricks for quick calculation in my channel. If you want to learn, you can learn it by watching that video. Okay. So 13 square is nothing but 169 minus 25. By learning that short trick, you can easily calculate the square of any digit easily. It will be useful in your competitive exams. Watch that video and get the idea how to use the short trick. Okay. So we got s square is equal to 144. So s is equal to plus or minus, s is equal to 12. Is it not? Square root of 144 is nothing but 12. So adjacent side is 12. Tan of alpha minus beta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. So it is 5 by 12. So we got tan of alpha plus beta, tan of alpha minus beta. Now we have to calculate tan 2 alpha. So we got tan of alpha plus beta is equal to 3 by 4, tan of alpha minus beta is equal to 5 by 2, 5 by 12. So we need tan 2 alpha value. So tan 2 alpha can be written as tan of alpha plus alpha. Is it not? Now add and subtract beta here. So this becomes tan of alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta. I have just added and subtracted beta, so that this can be transformed. I am transforming this 2 alpha such that it will be alpha, sum of alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. Okay, so this will be equal to, this can be, this is nothing but tan of alpha plus beta plus alpha minus beta. So this is of the form tan of a plus b. We know the formula, is it not? Tan of alpha plus beta plus tan of alpha minus beta by 1 minus tan of alpha plus beta tan of alpha minus beta. We have the values, tan of alpha plus beta, tan of alpha minus beta. Just substitute here, you will get the required answer. Tan of alpha plus beta is 3 by 4 plus 5 by 12 by 1 minus tan of alpha plus beta, we got it as 3 by 4. Tan alpha minus beta, we got it as into 5 by 12. So in the numerator, the LCM will be 12. And here it will be 3, is it not? 9 plus 5 is nothing but 9 plus 5 is nothing but 14. So in denominator it will be 48. LCM will be 48 and 48 minus 15. Is it not? 3 5s are 15. So it is 48. 48 minus 15 is nothing, 48 minus 15. So this is equal to 14 by 12 by, it is 3, and here it is 33 by 48. So if you further calculate, this becomes 14 by 12 into 48 by 33. I brought this 33 by 48 to numerator. So this becomes 48 by 33. So 12 4s are, it is 48. It is not, is it not? So this will be 56 by 33. This is the final answer. Okay. Whenever they give this type of problem, that is, if they mention the angles are in some, the angles are within a quadrant, then simply get the values of first check what they asked to calculate. Okay. Now using these, the values which they have given for cos and sine of sum of angles or difference of angles, get the required trigonometric function of sum of those angles and difference of those angles. Okay, using a triangle, and get the that is using the quadrant concept of quadrant, and apply those values in the equation. Okay, as I done for this problem, step by step. If you once you get the difference of that trigonometric function and sum of that different function, then it will be easy for you to solve. Then we have to check what the angle they have given and how we have to transfer. Here they have given 2 alpha. In our hand we have alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. So I have just transformed this 2 alpha into sum of 2 angles such that we will get alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta, and brought it to this to the formula tan of a plus b, and after using that formula, substituting the values, I got the final result for this problem. Similarly, you have to do for this type of problem. Okay. Not that you have to, whenever you see a trigonometric function of this type, that is cos of alpha plus beta or sine of alpha minus beta, it is not that you have to apply the transformation formula. Depending upon the condition, you have to use the transformation formula. Here we have transformed the angles, but we did not use the transformation formula. Now let us see the next problem. Before going into the next problem, I want to teach you 2 formulas which will be useful for your competitive exams in solving trigonometric problems on trigonometric functions. Okay, whenever you see sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b, this can be expressed as sine square a minus sine square b. Similarly, this sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b in terms of cos can be written as cos square b minus cos square a. Okay? Cos of a plus b into cos of a minus b can be written as cos square a minus sin square b equal to, the same can be written as cos square b minus sin square a. Okay, you remember these two formulas. They will be very useful in solving problems in your competitive exams. Okay, they will save time in calculating sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b. Sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b can be expressed as sin square a minus sin square b. Similar, sin a plus b into sin a minus b can also be expressed as cos square b minus cos square a. Okay, cos of a plus b into cos of a minus b can be written as cos square a minus sin square b. The same can be written as cos square b minus sin square a. Okay, instead of calculating sin a plus b into sin of a minus b, cos of a plus b into cos of a minus b, it is better to remember this formula. They will be very useful in solving your competitive, saving time in your competitive exams. Okay, now let us see the next problem. Next problem, if alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to by pi, then sin square alpha plus sin square beta minus sin square gamma equal to. So we have to find the value of sin square alpha plus sin square beta minus sin square gamma using this condition. Okay, here if we observe sin square beta minus sin square gamma is of the form sin square a minus sin square b. So just now we have learned the formula. That same formula we can apply here. That is, this can be expressed as sin of beta plus gamma, sin of beta minus gamma. Let us do it now. So this is nothing but, this can be written as sin square alpha plus sin square beta minus sin square gamma equal to sin square alpha plus sin of beta plus gamma sin of beta minus gamma. Okay, now sin square alpha plus this beta plus gamma can be expressed as pi minus alpha, is it not? Now using this condition, beta plus gamma is equal to pi minus alpha. We can get the value of beta plus gamma, is it not? So I wrote this beta plus gamma as pi minus alpha. Now just substitute here. This becomes sin of pi minus alpha sin of beta minus gamma. So this is equal to sin square alpha sin of pi minus alpha. Sin will be 180 minus theta will be in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, sin and cosecant will be positive and remaining all will be negative. Sin and cosecant will be positive and remaining all will be negative, means this will be positive. So sin of sin alpha sin beta minus gamma. Now bring sin alpha common. So this becomes sin alpha into sin alpha plus sin of beta minus gamma. So this is equal to, now sin alpha into sin of this, here beta minus gamma is there. So here also in place of alpha we should have either in terms of beta and gamma. The angle should be in terms of beta and gamma. That is either addition of beta and gamma or difference of beta and gamma. So alpha is there. Now using this condition, alpha can be written as pi minus beta plus gamma, is it not? So this can be written as pi minus beta plus gamma plus sin of beta minus gamma. Okay, understood? As here beta minus gamma is there, I have changed this alpha such that I have transformed this angles alpha such that it can be expressed in terms of beta and gamma. So using the condition alpha plus beta plus gamma, we can take alpha is equal to pi minus beta plus gamma, is it not? The same value I have substituted here. So this is equal to sin alpha into sin 180 minus theta, means it is second quadrant. Second quadrant sin and cosecant will be positive, remaining all will be negative. So this will be sin of beta plus gamma plus sin of beta minus gamma. This is of the form sin of a plus b into a minus b, is it not? We know that how this can be transformed, this sin of a plus gamma and sin of b minus gamma, that it is a sum of two sines, is it not? So we can express it as a product of sin and cos. So let us do it now. So this can be expressed as sin alpha 2 into sin beta cos gamma. This is addition, is it not? So we will get sin beta cos gamma. So final answer is nothing but 2 sin alpha sin beta cos gamma. This is the final answer. Okay. So whenever they give a problem of this type, just try to think how to transform the given terms. Here sin square beta minus sin square gamma is there. Using the formula, I have just transformed, I have just written this sin square beta minus sin square gamma as sin of beta plus gamma and sin of beta minus gamma. Once I have done that and using the condition and using the transformation formula, I got the final answer. Okay. In this way you have to solve this type of problems. Hope you have understood after watching this video what are transformation formulae and where we have to apply the transformation formulae for solving the problem and where we should not apply the transformation formulae. Okay. Please like, share and subscribe Sharda Maths Learn Concepts of Mathematics for more videos on more concepts. Thank you.